Wow.
Hey guys, this is Keith on the One Recovery Radio Network, host of the Big Things by 9 podcast. Hope everybody's doing well. Sorry we haven't been able to check in the last week or so. We've been kind of busy. But tonight we're going to be answering your questions, and then also just to get us started, I want to talk to you guys about lavenderlionsbathandbody.com. Cindy over there, they opened up a new store, 3446 South Main Street, Salt Lake City. 3446 South Main Street, Salt Lake City. She does beard wax, beard oil, the Santa bath bombs, lip gloss, shower gel. She does it all. And her store, the Phoenix Collection and Lavender Lions Bath and Body. In-store, mention Big Things by 9 podcast, and you'll get a 20% in-store discount. So check them out, 3446 South Main Street, Salt Lake City, Utah. They got some really good products. Cindy's a good friend of the show. She's been good to us. So please just check her out. But anyway, hope everybody's doing good. You know, we're doing pretty good here. We got a lot of stuff going on. But tonight what we're going to do is we're going to answer your questions. My inbox was getting a little full, so I figured I'd get this started before it got too out of control. We were supposed to have Tisa, but we're having some technical difficulties, and I am not the one to fix that, and we can't afford a 24-hour IT guy, so I got to wait till 9 tomorrow morning to get my IT guy over here. But anyway, we're here, and here to do your questions. So the first question, let's get started. It'll be, let me see something here. Okay, this is Crystal from Salt Lake City. What do you think, or what can we do to make sure people out there get the message that they are not alone and that there's always a way through God? You can't. That's kind of a tricky one, because I think one of the big things in sobriety that's misunderstood is you can't force it on somebody. You can't, when you're a parent and all you're doing is enabling them, you pretty much, I was really lucky. My mom's been in Al-Anon for a long time, and I don't know where we would be without that. I don't think we'd be where we are now, and it really takes an understanding, to really get a grip of the situation. So it's a tough one, but, I think is the only thing, not only, but one of the best things you can do is just let the addict know, that they're loved and that you're here to help. But, you can't put your foot on the gas, when you're pushing it over them. So you just got to kind of just lay it down, let them know you're there to help, and kind of just let it be, and it sucks because you're sitting there thinking, well, that's one more day down, he could die. Well, yeah, there's always that risk, yeah. But, I think the best thing is, let them know you're there and love them, and, go from there. It's a tough one for me, so sorry if I didn't get a good answer on that. That's a tricky one. Next question, we got Brad from Twin Falls. And Brad wants to know, what is something that people don't understand about recovery, and why is that so? Kind of ties in with the first one. Let me think. On that one, I don't think people, until you've been an addict or an alcoholic, whatever it may be for you, it's all the same. Unless you've been in that person's shoes or you've been an addict yourself, it's a tough one. And like I said in my last question, about Al-Anon, and if you're struggling having relations with your family and anything, Al-Anon it's a great program. It's what I would recommend. My mother's been doing it forever. I would highly recommend you checking out Al-Anon. So cool. All right, thanks for that, Brad. The next one is Molly from Mandeville, and this one is for Tisa. Was there one specific turning point when you knew you had to turn your life over to the will of God, or was it a slow, gradual realization? Great question. Okay, Tisa answered that for me, and she said, excuse me, I met him when I was 5 years old and fell in love with him then. Over my lifetime, I believed, but I took his love for granted, living any type of way. About 5 years ago, I found my identity in him and never looked back. The more I learn about him, the more I learn about who I am in him. We are not God, but made in his image and are Christ-like. I have hope and joy and peace every day. He's a good father. Thank you, Tisa. That's a great response. Tisa's our spirituality advisor, and she puts a lot of work in, and she's really big in her religion, and I think that's awesome. So, okay, the next one. Let me see here. We got. Oh, this is okay. Second one from Molly and Mandeville. If you had to pick one thing, action or thought that keeps you sober more than anything, what would that be? For me personally, like, it would be my ability to coping skills. I have quite a few, and I've been sober for over 3 years, and like, I had somebody ask me a little while ago. I was talking to her on the phone. She was asking me, like, when did the triggers stop? When did they go away? I can't really answer that, but the more if you're not working a program correctly, they're not going to go your way. But write them down. Write down your coping skills, and for me, it's like I have emergency coping skills. Like, you name it, I got it. Like, for me, it's I'll pick up a book. And that really just, it's your goal is to take your mind off of the trigger, obviously. So yeah, everybody's got different coping skills that some work better and some don't. So I encourage everybody to check that out. All right, cool. So thank you, Molly. The next one, JT from Phoenix, Arizona. In your opinion, what makes up recovery in your market, and what is it that you believe separates Utah from other markets? Oh, it's an interesting question. Okay. My mother's told me a bunch, like, how grateful I should be, for where I am and, being here in Utah, because Utah's got great recovery. We have so many big programs here, and, the state does a lot of funding for it, so it's like, I think Salt Lake specifically, or even just Utah Valley or Salt Lake Valley, I mean, there's so many good treatment centers. I mean, there's opportunities everywhere. So I would highly, anybody who's even outside of Utah, who's thinking about treatment or know a loved one that needs treatment, check out Utah. We got a lot of good things going out there. So, alrighty, thank you for that, GT. The next one is Ashley in West Valley. Is it difficult, or how do you balance sobriety with all other things in your life? I'm going to speak, from my experiences on that. Like, when I'm a graduate of drug court, and when I first got into drug court, I was scared to death. I didn't know how I was going to do anything, and you got to balance that out with your job, and then you got to balance that out with making it to UA. I mean, they open at like 7 and they close at 6, so if you got a full-time job, you really got to manage your time well, because you miss a UA in drug court, you're going to be in some trouble. Trust me, I know. I've been there many times. But so yeah, I would also recommend writing down a schedule, just so you can the night before, so exactly what you're waking up to every morning. You'll have your list right there by your bed. Boom, time to go. So that's how I would do it, and that's how I did do it. Just write it all down, write everything down. I'm big on that stuff too. All right, thank you, Ashley. And the next one is Nick in Sugar House. What is the biggest challenge or challenges you have faced in sobriety? What stands out to me, and I think a lot of people have been there too, when you're in sobriety, I always say, this is the hand you were dealt. You have to live it with it, and people die. You're going to have a lot of friends that you used to be out there with that aren't going to make it, and it sucks, but you know what? You got to take care of you. You can't let that get to you. I've lost so many friends, and over time, though, I would say it's made me stronger, but losing people you love, I think that's one of the toughest parts, and then just, making sobriety, treat it like another job, it's, got some structure there. So, all right, thank you. Next is, okay, so before I go to the next one, I had the opportunity this morning to speak to a group of women online from Ukraine. I don't know how they heard of the show, but they heard of the show, and they emailed me, and I did a Q&A with them for a while. And most of them could speak good English, but the main girl, she could speak perfect English, so she kind of just broke it down for me. And but it's a simple question. This is, hey, Daya in Ukraine, thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. I had a great time this morning. So Diane wants to know, what are you grateful for? And that's an easy one for me. I am grateful for family. I'm grateful for friends, relationships, sober support. Because I got to really. This wasn't so. I mean, I guess I've always had good support, but I've never really had support like I have now, because support, you just don't call somebody and you haven't spoken to them in 3 years, say, hey, I'm struggling here. I mean, you can, but for me, it was, of course, having my mother and Al on and just slowly chipping away, and just getting better by the day, one day at a time. I used to not do the one day at a time, and then I started doing it, and I got sober, and I never looked back. But so that's my opinion on that. So all right, thank you, Nick. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that was Daya in Ukraine. All right, next one is going to be Ash and Draper. What was your defining moment? Defining moment was probably before I went into treatment. I waited to get into treatment for a good 3 months, and I stayed sober during those 3 months waiting on treatment. And so, fortunately for me, I guess you could say I was already ahead, and I had a good concept of it, because if you can remain strong for 3 months waiting on treatment, it's also it's what you put into it. That's a huge part of it. Treatment, you have one person that says, oh, that place sucks. One person says that place is great. Chances are the one that says it sucks didn't make it. The one that said it's great finished it. It's just like that, But I am a big believer that it is what you make it. Now, I do understand there are programs out there that people hate, and for stupid reasons, but you're going to get that answer a lot. But yeah. So thank you, Ash. Next person is Alexis and Murray. Okay. Can you tell us about triggers and coping skills? All right. Kind of going back to what we were talking about before. Like I said, you gotta put the time in, find out what works for you. You have your coping skills, watching Netflix, reading a book, whatever it may be. Start small, start simple stuff, go out, shoot basketball, go hit golf balls, do whatever. I mean, there's plenty of stuff out here in Utah to keep you occupied, but it's just the coping skills a lot of people struggle with, and people struggle because they write some coping skills down and they do them and it doesn't work, but that's why I'm a big fan of you gotta find what works for you, because if you don't, it's just gonna, those triggers aren't gonna go away. They're not gonna go away until you attack them directly. And there's if you need any advice needed for coping skills, y'all give us a call, 801-215-9682, or shoot us an email, bigthings9@gmail.com. I'll pull it off. I got a ton of coping skills if anybody's kind of wondering on that. So yeah. So I want to talk to you guys today about Smoker's Guru 2. Smoker's Guru is down by Wayne's Corner. I'm sure everybody knows where that is, but if you're from out of town, it's on 13th South and State Street. They got all your vaping needs. They got all of your, all your vape juice. They got Naked. They got Coastal Clouds. They got all the main brands, and they usually have specials in there. So go in there, tell them that Big Things by 9 sent you, and they'll be sure to take care of you. So next off, we had Cindy request a blessing, and Tisa, since she can't be on tonight, thanks to our screw-ups, Tisa sent this to me just now, and she wanted me to read this. Dear Jesus, we lift up Janice and her family to you now. You didn't take her son, but we believe you received him into heaven. We thank you for the life he lived on earth and look forward to seeing him again in heaven. We ask for your comfort and peace all over hearts who love him, especially Janice. We ask for you to send your ministering angels to her to help carry her grief. We ask you to send your son, Jesus, to hold her love for her son and to wrap his arms around her. Please give her signs from heaven that your boy is safe. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Tisa, that was beautiful, and we appreciate you for that. And people struggle, but that's why we're here to help. And Tisa, when it comes to anything religion-wise, she's incredible with prayer. And we love you, Tisa. Shout out to you. We wish you could have been here tonight, but again, I apologize for the difficulty on our end. But glad you're doing well, and hopefully we can get you on later in the week. So going back, we had a question that asked, what are what are some things we really enjoy about sobriety? And for me, just first thing I think of is I love good stories. Like I'm a big fan of that, and then there's times you haven't seen anybody in years, and you run into them on the tracks or at the park, whatever, and you can tell by looking at them that they're doing great. Like I can tell you from a block away if that person's using or not using. Like not literally, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I love a good winner. There's nothing better than that. And yeah, so whenever I see people, it makes my day, and because I worry, because over time, like you're doing this, you're getting better, doing what you need to do, and you lose track of people, and then you think one day, oh man, I haven't seen so and so in 3 or 4 years. Oh God, I hope they're alive. And then you see them and they're doing great, but you also got to realize that some of them aren't so great, and you're going to see people out there that are still out there using, and it sucks. It really sucks, but it is what it is, and hopefully they can have as much success as you did or we did. It's just it's a tough one. All right, so it's about that time where we do our shout outs. As always, the moderators and the admins, hey, we love you guys. We appreciate all the hard work you put in for us, because it takes a lot of time to be a moderator on social media. I know it takes a lot of time, and you guys work your ass off, and I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate you. You girls are great. Love you to death, and let's keep on moving forward in a positive way. And then I want to do another shout out for Cindy with Lavender Lions Bath and Body. Go see Cindy this week. Let me pull up her address one more time. She's down. Sorry about this, guys. I'm gonna if you guys look on our YouTube feed, what I'll do is I have some pictures from Cindy, and I'm gonna go ahead and post those so you can get an idea of what she's doing over there. But again, go see her. Tell her that you're a listener. Big Things by 9, and you'll get a 20% in-store discount, and that's at Lavender Lines Bath and Body in the Phoenix Collection. That's going to be at 3446 South Main Street, Salt Lake. 3446 South Main Street, Salt Lake. Go check them out. They got a lot of good things. I don't even know what some of this stuff is, but it looks phenomenal. She's got these Santa bath bombs that I'm looking at. Wow. It's got men's body wash. She's got all of it. I'm actually going to see her this week, so I look forward to that, and I'll take some more pictures, and I'll post those on our YouTube page. So